Hello, my name is Casey Shreve. I'm a game design student at Johnson County Community College. Today I would like to present a game that I made as a final project for the very first class that I took at Johnson County Community College. This game is called Brush Simulator. A little bit about the game itself. It was made as a final semester project for Intro to Game Design, a class that's primarily set up to prove to students that they can be game designers. This is the first ever attempt that I made to make a game. It is made in GameMaker Studio, and it's made after several tutorials that we follow along in class before the final project, which we're given lines to make anything that we can create. So here is Brush Simulator in all its glory. Brush Simulator is made in two parts. The first part is hand-drawn. The second part is a picture that was taken in one of the nicer restrooms on the campus of Johnson County Community College. All art assets were hand-drawn and colored by me. The music is mostly a smoke test. This entire game is basically one big smoke test of, can I even make games? I remixed the music myself, but I do not own any of the licensing or copyright information of the music. This game is not for sale or for commercial use, it is only educational use. Linked below will be a link to the repository for which I hold all my portfolio work, including Brush Simulator. I wanted Brush Simulator to have a story. I mean, as much as my first ever game can have a story. So I ended up making several slides. These slides show pretty much the story. I'm particularly fond of the little guy with the cell phone in the back. On to gameplay. At this point, I have not really studied how to teach players to play a game while playing the game. For my first few prototypes, I definitely have these ugly movement and control scheme screens. In further development, I definitely wish to avoid these kinds of how to play manuals. I also want to avoid tutorials and things like that. I would like to figure out and learn how to expand a player's knowledge base of the game through playing the game, not through holding their hand. One of the things that really went well with this game was definitely the artwork. You get a sense for these large, strange monsters. These ugly little grime creatures. And a sense of brushing. How this game is played is you have a toothbrush that brushes, and you have to brush over all the little grime monsters. If you brush enough grime monsters, a meter fills. When that meter fills its maximum, you get a floss bar. The floss bar kills everything. The goal of the game is to get as most points as you can before the end. How you lose the game is too many pieces of grime cover the screen. Too many at once is bad. The music itself, although is slightly inappropriate in its usage, just because I don't have the license to use it, does fit the game fairly well, keeping it nice and bubbly. Something that went wrong, I would like to point out that colors for monsters were chosen at random. This monster in particular is simply modeled off of the Cyclops of Greek legend. I apparently lost. But what went wrong with that was that the color scheme, I didn't realize until the game was already submitted for grade, that color scheme with that particular monster could be viewed in a poor light. At choosing random colors, I apologize for any of that. I still think it's a cool monster, I don't know. Alright, let's see if I can get past this guy, because I'd love to show off the other monsters, which are really, really cool that I particularly like. I don't care if anyone else likes them. I like them. Something that I did put in intentionally is that the bubbles that you create, they persist for a short amount of time. And this persistence continues to defeat monsters, there we go, throughout the game. Alright, this is my favorite monster out of all the ones that I drew. I love the giant beak of the duck, and the fact that it's just full of fangs, and that wiggly tongue. He is missing an arm. I do have two different enemies. I have these ones that can only be defeated with floss, and then I have the tiny ones that can be defeated everywhere else. No more bad breath. A big old dragon. Something that I need to learn to do better. The UI definitely needs improvement. Finding a way to make the UI more pleasant to look at rather than really tough colors on backgrounds. Oh no, am I gonna get it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! I really need to pay more attention about what information channels I give to the player. The score and the floss meter are very good, but it would be nice to notify the player when a larger enemy is on the map, showing the player what defeats the larger enemy, at least for the first one they come across. All of this would also be better if I had longer for development. Development time for this game was about... see, I think it was about 4 weeks. So this is Brush Simulator. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll at least give it a play. I'd greatly appreciate it. You can find this and other prototypes of mine on my itch.io repository, which is linked below. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Casey Shreve. Enjoy Brush Simulator.